And gentlemen, to the Heroes Hype Twitch for the ANZ Casters Clash. It is Team Kitfox going up against Team Disco or Team Winters. Team Winch Concur. Doesn't matter what you call them because they're about to lose. Team KF. Remember last time what happened? It was a 2-0 stomping. That's right. This time, will it be deja vu? I can already see Winters and his crew just getting flashbacks, choppers in the distance of the last games they played. But saving grace, it is a different map. We are going over to Infernal Shrines this time. My name is Kitfox. Thank you so much for being here. Just waiting for Winters to mosey on back in, but they're the two bands that we're going to see. Genji and Junkrat, and hold the phone, Abathur being locked in by Team Winters already. The man still not here yet. The boys were a little bit premature in getting into the lobby. We did have the 5-minute break underway, but they thought, you know what, we got things to do, places to be. Let's get this show on the road. It is the losers bracket, so unfortunately, this could be the end of the road for one of these two teams. And I'll tell you what, I don't want it to be my squad. There it is, Phoenix and Diablo locked in again. Comfort picks you back, Winters.
Here I am. Apologies, ladies and gents. That took a little bit longer than I anticipated. All right.
Winters has come back.
That was actually Kerrigan and not an AI. That was very...
Sounded like an AI indeed. All right. We have got an Abathur first pick. I'm happy with that.
I'm happy with the Diablo Phoenix play, considering the combination that was popping off last game, mate. You weren't privy to it, but I tell you what, you're about to feel it.
Oh, I was watching. I saw that planet cracker from across the map, and this is going to be a planet cracker of a game, Kitfox.
Oh, yes, I see what you did there. Smooth.
Giggity.
Smooth like silk. But Abathur, who's going to complement that? Will we see the Illidan Abbey combo? Will that happen? Surely. Will it be echoes of 2 years ago?
Tracer mouth.
Tracer. Yeah, I don't mind that one at all.
Oh.
Muradin is
We're going into the Muradin. And Alex, wow.
What do you know that I don't?
I have no insight into this one. I didn't get to check in with the team prior to the match as I was outside just having a cheeky walk around the house to get some blood flow back into my legs after some sweaty games this morning, Kitfox. Now, the Alex Straza, I don't know what the reasoning behind that is when we've still got Stukov and Malf open and Rhaegar and Uthers and those sorts of things. But, all right, there must be a game plan coming out from these boys. The Samuro Respect ban.
Interesting. But the Alex Straza really catches my eye. I mean, there's so many clutch abilities that she can get off. I mean, you can just pop off a Dragon Queen when they least expect it. You can throw out that Cleansing Flame just to save everybody and deal damage at the same time. I mean, that's one hell of an ult. That's a fight-turning ult, if ever I've seen it. But who do you think you're going to take away here? Will it be a hammer out of respect for Shrek?
Zeratul. Don't want to deal with that.
Because Phoenix was played by Azure the last couple times, as was Zeratul. So considering Phoenix was locked in, that was basically Azure's pick. So I don't know, Zeratul probably a little bit wasted in the end there. I don't think there's anybody else who can play Zeratul on my squad. I mean, Fat94 could, but
yeah.
Alas.
And that's the thing. Maybe the boys don't know that Fat's gone on his Tinder date. So, mate, who knows?
What, mate? Can you blame him? Why wouldn't you swipe right on him? He's an absolute specimen.
He's a stud, mate. I'd swipe right all day, and then I'd ask him to buy me some lunch.
I'd super like that boy.
Super like. Is that a thing? I don't know. I don't know. I don't Tinder.
I Tinder. Yeah, you can. It's a super like. I think you swipe up. I don't know.
Swipe very good.
Fat 94.
Well, if that was a thing, I'd swipe up on the old fat man. Now, who are you going to see locked in for you in terms of a healer and another assassin or a frontline? I'm thinking of Sonya. No.
Yeah,
Malf Tychus.
Give me that Malf. Give me that juicy Malfurion and the big chunky roots. Possibly a broccoli build as well. We could see that Treant coming out to play, but expect to see expanded range because that's just what you do in Infernal Shrines. You can't get the little dudes, can't farm them up if you're nowhere near the point, and that's exactly what the roots do. They create that zone.
Yeah, they do indeed. And look, you got some good wave clear there and some good Shrine Guardian takedowns with Phoenix and a little bit of a fire stomp and some overpower there from Tychus. But I'm more interested to see what synergy we're going to see coming out of this Abathur and Muradin, because obviously Muradin's a great Abby combo. You get 2 Mirrodins, you get double hammer time, you get double jumps around, double thunderclaps. There's lots of slows and stuns going around. Going for a blind. So looks like John is going to be playing that Cassia again. And are we going to see a Sonya? So we need a bit of a solo lane, or they're just going to go for the 4-man roam. I wanted to see Illidan or Tracer, to be honest. I'm disappointed.
Yeah, you need a little bit of dive. That's one thing you're lacking. If you're going to take down Tychus, Malfurion, there it is, Phoenix. You're going to need some kind of dive, and there it is. It'll be coming out through Sonya, possibly with the leap. I mean, you've got the spear, which can close the gap, but it'll be a while before she becomes threatening. But there it is, boom. You let it fall through. Shrek is going to punish you, and he's going to lock that one in.
That's going to hurt.
That, with no dive as well. I mean, you're going to struggle. Good luck.
I'm not going to lie, Kitfox. This is a little bit of a lackluster draft on my team here, buddy. This is a little concerning.
Lackluster? What are you talking about? You've got Sailor V on the old Alex Straza and Coffee on the Abatha. That's some spicy shit right there, my friend.
Yeah, look, Coffee played a really good game last game with the Abatha. It's just, I don't know. I just don't feel like we've got the impact that we need to have. Look, time will tell. Time will tell.
I mean,
well, Kerry, what do you think about the...
I'm keen to see what this Sonya is going to play like. Actually, I love Sonya. She's my girl. So I'm keen to see how she plays.
Azog and Sailor both play on the same team as Tech, so there's a bit of team synergy there with the Sonya and Alex Straza. So they know what they do. They know how they play. And Azog's really, really strong on that Sonya. So I'm looking to see him pop off as well.
Speaking about popping off, we are we are into the first game of the rematch between Kitfox and Disco Winter Team, and we've got Sailor rocking the Alex Straza, John Boy on the Cassia, Coffee on the Squirmy Worm himself, Abatha, Azog playing the Sonya, and already got that, John Morton on Mirrodin.
Interesting, and over at Team Kitfox, we have got Azure playing Phoenix, Doubt is on Malfurion, Hiccup on Diablo, Magic Gnome is playing Tychus, Shrek is on his tried, tested, signed, sealed, delivered Sergeant Hammer, and already you can see he tried to utilize and have a look at the Zerg Rush in the bottom lane. Shrek is going to set himself up there and just deal siege damage for days. Morton tries to get close, in goes Abatha, Shrek runs away, but look how squishy Diablo is at level 1. Hiccup just narrowly escaping that one.
Oh, mate, that is an absolute last resort that your team's pulling straight out of their pants at the moment there, Kitfox. That's rubbish and dirty tactics, I'm saying. That's some cheese. We don't have time for cheese on Team Winters.
Ah, well, I don't know. Is it cheese if Shrek plays it?
It's cheese when you've got a 4-man bot lane trying to take down that tower straight out of the gates. Look at him, set up there like a dirty old battle emplacement piece of artillery, Shirk. Get out.
It sounds like you're a little bit salty there, my friend. Are you okay? Are you
and I am the saltiest sailor you will come across there, Kitfox.
It's alright, man. We'll talk about this after the game. Hiccup taking a fair bit of damage now. John, meanwhile, doing exactly that, just going too deep, and Shrek just sitting there going, thank you very much. Doesn't have crab walk talent just yet, unable to just cheek around, but John going deep. That's where he's going to win here. If he can get the blind off onto Shrek, there's a lot of damage taken away, but Hiccup is going to be doing whatever he can just to create a distance, create a safe zone around Shrek. I mean, this is 2018, right? He needs his safe space. There it is. Hiccup says, get away. I'm White Knighting here. And Hiccup now taking a lot of damage. Doubt comes across with the roots. And the Moonfire procs, keeping everybody alive, Winters.
I know we got the Tychus rotation coming down there from Magic Nom. He's going to try and get a little bit of damage on a Morton, but not going to be successful. That overpower's coming out. He's all over John's face. Interesting rotations coming out here from the boys, having all 4 of them in the bot lane still there, Kit.
And Azure just soloing it up into the top lane as well, but Azog doing that as Sonya in the mid lane. Finally, Hiccup gets a rotation up and just answers that back, not giving away free experience here. He's going to make him have to earn it. Magic Gnome, though, needs to be careful on that Tychus because he hasn't actually...
Oh, he's caught.
And he gets caught out with the old Chinese push strat coming out there from John and Azog.
Hell, Kit, it's about time. See you, Tychus.
I want to see what he picks up here. Will he go for In the Rhythm? That's one to watch out for. Will he go for that extended duration? Shrek and Doubt, meanwhile in the bottom lane. I'd honestly thought Shrek would do a little bit better, but you guys have turned up to the fights so far. Maybe Fat 94's absence is just the kryptonite that we need.
feel like it could be a little bit of an empowering scene for my boys on Team Winters there, Kit. Having you guys versing Skim last game without Fat, showed the tail, didn't it?
Oh, John is taking a lot of damage and gets secured by the frag nade. Morton now trying to take down Magic Gnome, makes the smart call in the end to disengage. Meanwhile, Team Kitfox will comfortably take the catch of the pants in the bottom lane. We've got ourselves a shrine phase. Azog turns his attention straight away to the PvP shrine. This could be an arcane shrine, but here come the boys. One phone call. Magic Gnome, Azure, and Hiccup turn up, and they're trying to take down Azog. Lots of damage coming out here. Azure needs to position himself. Azog has the hat, but doesn't have a hope. GG, see you later. Clean up through, and Azure, Magic Gnome, pick up on the Diablo, Phoenix, Titus, respectively. Secure that one and get the shrine ticking away in the way it should, Winters, let's be honest.
Yeah, great flank coming out there, Kit. Very smart place. And, if left alone up there, that would have been a full shrine completed nice and easily by that Sonya. So well played with the rotation. Meanwhile, we've still got the other two blokes down in the bottom lane, just sort of hammering out against this Hammer and Malfurion, which is putting a lot of pressure.
Yeah, Morton trying to do Morton things. That is just be at presence. I mean, we saw him play on the Blaze last time we met. He played a fantastic one. His bunkers were on point. Shrek, meanwhile, on this Sergeant Hammer, doing what he does best, and that is just pepper down siege damage on structures. Just deny anybody.
Up top there, Kit. Hiccup got away with about 9 HP just then. That was incredibly lucky. John almost got taken down himself. So lots of pressure on both sides of the map here at the moment as that Punisher gets picked up by Team Kitfox.
Here he comes. John Cena coming out to play, beating his chest. He is probably the strongest Punisher in terms of the three here. It is the Arcane, gets debated over the wall, but we're not even level 10 yet, so it's not really too much to worry about, I think. Yes, we will get a fair bit of damage and a tower here and there, but no fortifications. Great bait over the wall, as expected from the players in the the ANZ region. Winters, you want that sort of mechanics to be known, second nature to them.
Oh, absolutely, and they played it perfectly. I mean, you're dead right. First Punisher of the game is going to hit like a wet rag, but manages to take down the first two fortifications and the wall in the top lane, which is quite important, given that's the lane that we see our Dirty Shaman camps walking down later on to apply pressure to keep walls. So, well played there, Team Kitfox. Shrek is just putting on a lot of pressure wherever he goes.
Flip from Hiccup into the roots here. The hat is not going to be enough to save John. And again on the Cassia being taken down. The synergy is fantastic here. Hiccup with the shadow charge, flips over the shoulders, and then Doubt just with the poise, switched on enough to drop the roots exactly where Hiccup's tail is landing to secure the kill. And yeah, I think Abathur just might be a little bit ambitious here. Coffee, no Junkrat, decides, you know what, I'm going to have a little bit of a fun time here on Infernal Shrine.
Yeah. And with level 10 coming online for Team Kitfox, we see that Odin pop straight out. We see the big old BFG cannon coming out from Shrek, trying to put some pressure on the Abbey. Our boys just need to get that level 10, and then we can start having a little bit of a contest and see if we can edge this into late game where our team's comp really starts to shine, Kit.
Morton needs to be careful. He's revealed himself down in the bottom lane here now. Hiccup comes, or the Stormbolt will actually connect. So Clutch plays to save the day there in the end. Yes, Coffee was lurking there with the hat to have the presence of mind just to be switched onto that one. Regardless, he wasn't required, but now there's a four-man push. They want this bottom fortification. Do Team Kitfox. You've got Azure up in the top lane. Has he gone for Planet Cracker? No, he won't be getting that early focus on him. He has got Purification Salvo, which means he has to be a presence in the team fights to fire that laser off to be effective. He's going to actually spot Azog rotating down and will ping it out. So the calls have been made. Team Kitfox will actually spot him here. There the Plasma Cutter comes across. The hat goes on to Azog. Not actually going for Leap, but Wrath of the Berserker instead. Now my boys need to be careful here because the pincer plate is on. They got separated. Azog doing a great job. Not knowing who to go for. There it is. Firing the laser. Collects 4 from Azure. And Shrek though doesn't... set himself up here in the nick of time. The soul's really consumed with Diablo as he gets taken down by the combined might of Morton and John on the Cassia and the Muradin. But tell you what, Winter's great engage there, coming out with the goods.
Mate, Bullet Bill just fired across there and took out a cheeky little bit of an Alex, was it? No, it was a Sonya. that was smart plays coming out there. Good use of the talents. But Dibbles now with those souls reset, that's going to allow us to take him out a little bit easier, I think. So good to see the level 10s online for both teams now. This is where we can start expecting to see some good cheeky counter plays.
Yeah, you want another engage fast, because the last thing you want is for Hiccup just to get his lane phase on and just soak up those souls. So this is good here. This would be good for you guys. I think you might have the advantage, but Sailor V with a very early Dragon Queen there. I'm not sure if that was a misclick or not, but Magic Gnome peppering down at range. There is the Odin coming into play now. That Dragon Queen will be timed out, so Hiccup goes in with the APOC. He's going to connect John and gets melted like chocolate in a microwave. Now the ult's coming across, the cleansing flame out there from the Alexstrasza, but the bullets are big from Shrek in the back line, just throwing out the BFG missiles, allowing Azure to secure the kill. This will be another shrine for Team Kitfox, and that was how you APOC.
Yeah, that APOC was very, very well placed. We had about 5 overlapping little APOC circles just there, and unfortunately John gets plummeled. Not good. Got our little mule there trying to do some work, but allowing Hiccup to close the distance there. Straight into a Stormbolt from Morton's hammer. Morton's hammer. Oh, right. Punisher's not even touched at the moment. This is going to help them secure this keep wall here, unless the boys can jump it straight over.
I must say, it's been good that the two strongest Punishers still first. None of this Mortar Punisher rubbish. We're going straight for the Arcane and the Frozen Baby. Now Copy forces to blow the clone. It will actually be on Johnson. They've got a double Cassian into play here. Lions coming out, plus Makata will actually catch Copy out here, but it doesn't matter because he is the clone as mentioned. Hiccup will get taken down. Does not have souls for the respawn. Shrek now is extremely close to Morton, who takes a fair bit of damage. Azon though, too greedy, too deep, gets taken down. Sailor V will just get away here. It's 12-14 on the scoreboard, 6 kills to 4, and Team Kitfox are knocking on the door, potentially going to take down this first fortification. No, the retreat call goes out, just waiting for wave pressure here, which is still a fair while away, so I think the calls are going to be made just to go back, mop up the camps, play the safe game. Meanwhile, Coffee in that top lane, getting the split push on Abathur, just soaking it up there, putting the hat down, being cheeky, but Azure, should he get the rotation on, just may spot him out.
He might have a little bit of a cheeky sniff out, but fortunately, Coffee, he's played Abathur once or twice, Kitfox. He knows when he's about to get toasted into a little worm sandwich, so he backs out and hides behind our keep. The fort up the top there. Not terribly much pressure being applied to that top lane out of the Abathur, unfortunately, because he's gone into the symbiote build to try and assist the team in the team fights, which is great. But like I said, I'm feeling a little lackluster about my team at the moment. I'm not seeing the ability to instantly blow people up. We're getting into another team fight here, kid.
You're going too cheeky. Morton's going to get caught out, but Alexstrasza coming across with the clutch. Hiccup, though, with the mop. Cleans him up, though Phoenix gets taken down in the process. We trade up. Down comes Sailor V into Dragon Queen. Doubt forced to Ice Block. Magic Gnome trying so hard. Hiccup is deep, has no support. And Team Kitfox getting cleaned up in the top lane. Sailor V will get taken down, and Shrek just managing to get a cheeky frag there into the end on Sailor, but Azog and John, in the end, it's going to be, what, a decent trade. I'd be happy with that. You got Abathur in the bot lane, not really doing much for the team fight there. Trying his hardest, but when you've got bodies on the map, that's what I'm talking about, Winters. Abby down the bot, and at the end of that fight, even though you got 3 frags, it was still 2v2.
Yep, the ultimate evolution was on cooldown there, Kit, so it's purely that. It was a numbers game right there, 4v5. Even with the hat, it just wasn't enough. I feel the Cassie is, getting some really great Valkyries off, but by the time the Valkyrie comes off and they manage to eliminate someone like they did with Phoenix just then, it's a little bit too late because they're all running around that 20-30% health mark. So the boys need to play it a little bit safer and just let Sailor do his thing and heal him up.
Meanwhile, the Kazras are still pushing down in that bot lane. They've only left Coffee to deal with them. Not really much you can do there. It's not his fault, it's just the way Abathur works. Meanwhile, back up in the top lane, Diablo will have those souls just waiting for a frag. Big-man frag nade being thrown out there from Magic Gnome. And here come the boys. All 5, they're pushing in the top lane. Hiccup with a charge which seems like it went across the map. will actually collect Alex Straza there and a fortification, so this is looking pretty good. Level 15 to level 17 on the back of what is yet to be the third shrine phase. There we go, it comes in now. Azure will deal with that one. Morton was nowhere to be seen in that fight, neither was Azog. And I like how my boys have the presence of mind to see that. They're not tunnel visioning. They're looking at the whole map, seeing where bodies are, and knowing they have the numbers advantage.
Yep, well, we've got the little collapse coming in from Azog. Misses that spear completely, keeping him out of the fight. Looks like Hiccup might get taken out here, dragging along the end. No, Azure comes in to start. Oh, here comes the APOC.
Purification solo as well. Diablo does get taken down, but Azog whirlwinding away. The sustain is so strong, so strong here on the Sonya. Filthy in the end there. Finally, the frag is picked up, but Doubt will go down, so will Azure. And you might actually be looking at your first Punisher here, Winters.
And 2-for-1 trade there. Quite good play. Unfortunate for... Oh, John's caught out here by the Dibbles. Oh, the BFG takes his head off. Shrek with those BFGs, Kitfox. Today is a sniper with a hammer.
That's disappointing because you had the advantage there. You had the momentum to take the shrines away from me, and with that frag, you just don't have the damage. You've got Alex Straza and Muradin. Where's your damage at? We've got Shrek, we've got Tychus, we've got Diablo for the CC. Morton, you've got a hat. That's nothing. Come at me, bro.
Morton's running around trying to do dwarfy things, and he just can't do it in the face of Shrek and that Tychus with that armor shred. Sorry, not the armor shred, the HP shred. It's a little bit rubbish. Here comes the hat. Morton getting thrown around like a little toddler at the beach. Not going to go down very well.
Azog rejoins the fray now. So the seesaw just tipping back into your favor ever so slightly because, let's face it, Sonya, probably the best in the game when it comes to clearing these shrines, apart from, you know, the mages like the KO bars. She's just got everything. And should it turn into a teamfight scenario like it is now, she can just switch gears. There it is. The versatility play comes in, but the call is made to back off because you just don't have the numbers. Coffee down in the bot lane will try to continue to pressure as Abathur. You've clawed back a fair bit of experience here, so it's 18 to 18 now in terms of levels, but 19 is looming. 14 Kitfox, the Punisher will come knocking, and this could be a fortification here if you're not careful.
Yeah, it's looking like we've had Sonya trying to solo lane at the same time as the Abathur, and you know they're both sitting on very high, respectable experience contributions so far. Kit, oh, APOC.
Morton, see you later, Morton. Now the purification salvo will come across. It collects 2 in the end, not super effective. Hiccup will get taken down. No souls. Coffee has the support of the cleansing flame. Doubt gets taken down, but not before he gets off the twilight tree. But that's
John Cena stomps on John's face.
Azog on the back line turns his attention to Magic Gnome. He's going to pick up the kill. No! Oh, the clutch plays coming out there from Shrek secures him. Magic Gnome will have to hearth back. And John Cena, meanwhile, is getting it done with the support of the filthy Shaman camp and Shrek. How about that? Cash me outside, because have a look at the pressure now opening up into that top lane.
Yep. That's a keep down, and that is now the win condition on the board for Team Kitfox. As sad as that sounds to say it, or it hurts to say, rather. I don't know what the boys can do from here to really come back. I mean, they're almost at the 20. Your boys have just picked up that 20 now. We're going to see Big Red Button coming out, most likely for Tychus. Interesting to see Ultra Capacitors coming out there for Shirk. But look, for Team Winter's Disco, it's going to need some real high focus, and Coffee is going to have to pull something magic out of that little wormy hat.
Yeah, well, this might be it. If you actually get a frag off here, Winters, this could be cheeky, but the call has been made to back away from the Kazuras because Morton, he's goblining. He knows. He's got eyes on Hiccup, though. He knows how Morton plays, and that will just buy the space that Team Kitfox needs to get some pressure pouring down into the bottom lane now. Meanwhile, there's Kazuras just duking it out of the mid lane, but Azure will come up and clean up the mid lane, and there's still so much pressure now being turned. I don't know. Do you have it in your Winters? You've got 3 lanes of minions. Abathur's in the top one, so you've got 1 taken care of, but the bottom lane, that is where the action is going to happen.
Well, here we go. We've got 20 online for both teams. We've got the Storm Shield for Morton. In comes Azog. Tries to get that spear onto Azure. Not going to connect. Yeah. Going to back it out.
Cleansing Flame now coming across, and that was smart play. Sailor V will come down in the Dragon Queen. So Team Kitfox, they see that. They want to wait for Coffee just to use any presence that he may have with that evolution clone. Shrek needs to be careful, but the heals are good coming out there from Doubt. Sailor V is going to run out of Dragon Queen as well, and that is what they were waiting for. The timing.
Here comes the turn.
Morton gets a lot of damage unfolded on top of him, but Phoenix needs to be careful here. Azure forced to warp away. Sailor V again into another Dragon Queen. Interesting. So, it seems limitless, the presence that they're having here at the moment. So well done to Team Winters and Disco, surviving that onslaught. Very, very good.
Yeah.
Both teams got level 20. But the map will actually be turned over to Team Kitfox's favor just for now, as the Shaman camps will be cleaned up. The one and only camp at the moment will be cleaned up, and then 40 seconds away are your own. But that's just one more thing to think about as we're going into this next shrine phase.
Yeah, I can see Triple Catters up in that top lane as well. So looks like Coffee's trying to clean those up. He takes one out. Looks like he's going to get that second one. Yeah, very good. But there's a lot of pressure coming out of that top lane, and it's not purely going to be able to be handled by an Abathur alone, unfortunately. So Team Winters Concur is going to need to do something very special here and try and contest this shrine, else it is going to be GG for game one.
Well, we're at that interesting stage of the game, aren't we, Winters, where really one team fight could go either way, and then a win condition opened up. The Valkyrie goes in and doesn't actually collect anybody. The Shadow Step comes across the Purification Solo from Azure. It collects 4, lots of damage. He's taken a lot in return from Azog. Magic Gnome with the Odin gets the kill. Hiccup finally gets taken down. Shrek now on that backline as the Sergeant Hammer. The heals are so good here from Alex Straza at this stage of the game. Now Titus needs to be careful. Doesn't have much Odin left to play with because, they're just falling over like dominoes. This is what I'm talking about. One team fight is all it takes. Morton, though, deep dwarf tosses away. Now Magic Gnome finally out of gnome form. Oh, the long-range quarterback. He's nearly getting the kill there on the ball. Azog needs to be careful. Tries to whirlwind away. Will actually survive. Honestly, Winters, I thought you had that one. You got Dibbles. You got Malf. You lost Cassian in the process. But Coffee, after that, after his clone mate, the hat is just not so strong in this scenario.
No, it's not providing the value that we really need. You know, sitting there taking core damage while, you know, Abby's trying to fix that up. So that's most likely where the hat's going. He's dropped the mule. We're starting to get HP back on that. But once again, got an Arcane Punisher at level 21, 20 minutes into the game, knocking on the door. We're struggling. We're struggling.
It's not going to throws out the plasma cutter. Azog gets stunned, so does Morton. So both the things getting stunned is not the end of the world, but it's still not ideal either. Shrek now just peppering it from the backline here with that Sergeant Hammer. Will actually now boost himself away. Hiccup is more than happy just to farm up the souls here. He will complete that quest, and that's a smart move, I think, on his behalf, just before the next engage happens, because he can now afford to die. You know, it's not the end of the world should he go off for a ballsy play, the pick fails, and you know, he's left out of position. Whatever, doesn't matter. The souls will save the day. But I'm worried for you, my man. That open keep in the top lane is just viable to so much pressure. And having a look at the map control now, the rotation comes across here. Morton, please don't get caught out. The Odin will come across here. Doesn't actually interrupt. That is a fantastic shadow step. John gets taken down. See you later. Gets absolutely melted. Good night. Now the Purification Solo will come across. It collects 2. Azure is having an absolute ball. Morton gets taken down. It's all up to Azog. Gets the kill onto Malfurion in the end. The heals are coming across here from Sailor V. Magic Gnome trying to secure this kill. Probably won't get it in the end there because Sailor's just too strong in his Dragon Queen form, and I think this might be the win. Winters. The flip is good from Hiccup.
Boom.
That'll be GG.
Good night, Dragon Lady. And well played, Team Kitfox, for game number 1. Mule trying its little heart out to heal up that core, but it's not going to help. Azog just doing what he can. That's game over. Well played, team.
Hard slog in the end, but I must say it was closer than the games we saw in the opening bracket, Winters. They weren't on stream, but this one is a lot more competitive.